Okay, welcome guys. Today we have the final round of season 9 of the NAOL. Um, Guys, this is a great opportunity to practice. It's all online, and if you sign up for this league, North American Online League, you guys get reviews. Like, for example, we have one, two, three, four, five, six, seven reviewers. So, very high chance that you will get your games reviewed. Free reviews, and you can practice, you can meet other Go players. Very, very good tournament. So uh, good luck. All right, today we have three games. Let's take a look. All right, let's. Okay, first game. Let's turn off the coordinates. Okay, so one of the our players today are ranging from like 4Q to 1 dan, and right around this level is where the Go player starts to remember all of most of the moves that happen during the game, and this is great because once you start remembering, you are remembering the thought process. You can sort of start to self-improve by recalling everything that you were thinking about and so on. So it's very nice to be in this zone. Good stuff. This is also where the Go players start to play very normal, very reasonable Josekis and fighting moves. So today's focus is going to be on trying to get into the minds of the players. And whenever we find that there are some things that we can do better, we will point those out. And the goal here is to have strictly helpful moves pointed out. So we will do the same goals and accomplish them better or accomplish them just as well, and then add some other functions to our moves. Okay. Okay. Good. 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 The first fight of the game starts on the right-hand side. White plays very close to the black corner. Black pincers starting this fight off. Okay, very reasonable. Now, nowadays, with the popularity of AI and AI moves and such, we often see this shoulder hit being recommended a lot. Why shoulder hit? It is exactly because White's game move of this move, um, it is, as you guys can see, one space away from this corner. This corner is well known to be a very strong corner. This corner shape is pretty strong, so once you're faced with this strong corner, this kind of a shoulder hit move is recommended very often because it leads to these exchanges. And once these exchanges have happened, this otherwise very, very solid corner is going to become a little bit over concentrated. That is why when we face something that's very, very strong, we want to remember we either want to go close enough where we are forcing a response, or sometimes, very often, this is right on top, like right at the attachment. We either want to be right super close so that we're forcing exchanges to happen, or we want to be at a safe distance away from this strength. And the reasoning is if we are one space away, like the game, we are, not close enough to threaten the opponent, and we're not far enough to be safe from this counterattack. So in the game, Black is using the strength in the corner very, very well. So a bit of a recommendation for White is we can play a bit further away from the strength, or we can play right on top of the strength so that we can make it over concentrated. Okay, where you don't want to be is like right within, arm's length, punching distance, so to speak, of the strength. Okay. All right. So after Black plays a two-space extension settling, this next move by White, this move we can think of several purposes for this. One of which is to prevent Black from playing this attachment and then connecting underneath, either underneath or above. Either way, White does not want this to happen. Maybe that is why White played here. Another reason is White may want to be taking away Black's eye space and is judging that this move is the best way to do that. Now, with all that said, um, the exchange here does make Black a little bit stronger in terms of connecting Black's two stones to that one stone. And overall, we get the feeling that these exchanges are making Black stronger and not really making White stronger at the same time. For example, right now, what White has added to this position is a half of an eye. However, you need two eyes, so we're still not close enough to safety yet. And also, Black has now solidified his territory, which also means that Black has gotten stronger. And so now when Wade jumps here, Black is able to push and cut. This is very, very strong. Now without this
Excuse me,
S12 move,
excuse me. Sorry
yeah.
to interrupt. I cannot see your screen. It's all black.
Aha, aha, aha. I see. I will need to share my screen. One second, guys. Don't worry, in the recording, the screen is recorded.
Okay, I can see. Thank you.
All right, now
Thank
we're
you.
good. All right. We were just talking about this Kosumi move and then this Kosumi move by White. And these moves have made Black a little bit stronger and solidified the Black territory. The main problem is not so much the solidifying of territory. The main problem is the solidified territory makes Black much, much stronger than before. So if White had just played this jump right away, now White can play moves like this attach, this cut, and then capture two Black stones. If White attaches here, Black has to extend, and then White has a much bigger area. So for all these reasons, the game moves have made White a lot relatively weaker versus what White otherwise would have had. So, okay, so in the game, White is cut apart and is forced to continue to taking care of this group. A very good noticeable move next is this knight's move. Now, the knight's moves are very, very efficient, and when the knight's moves are on the side, they're not only efficient, they're also usually not cuttable. For example, if White cuts, Black just pushes White into the side and then connects. This forms the overall net, and then White is not going to be able to make two eyes like that. So this is a great way to surround the topside territory. It is also taking away White side space. It is also forming a surround against White. It is also making Black's this K17 stone much stronger and making the corner much stronger as well. So this was a very, very good spot to have. Um, Another move, so in the game Black turned and Atari'd, another move we can recommend is this cut Atari. Suppose White, so this turn Atari forces White to connect. Now White is in one piece. This cut Atari will cut White into two pieces. So if you're in the mood to capture something, this has a much greater chance. A secondary good effect of this kind of a move is that it's forcing White to extend, which Black also naturally extends. And this extension is going to help attack the top hand side group very well. So this is another recommendation above the game. Okay, so in the game, black went for the Satari and then went for the surround against the white group. This is a very, very severe, very, very strong attack. Um, the only thing is because black's corner has a little bit of Aji left, for example, this cut, Atari, white is gonna be able to make ice space while pressuring black's corner and also destroying black's territory on the top hand side. So given all of these factors, a direct attack it looks like an extremely fierce attack, but then white is going to have an okay time or a relatively okay time taking care of the group. So in effect, the move recommended earlier, the knight's move, which is surrounding territory and making ourselves stronger, this recommended move not only does the other jobs that the game move does not, the other jobs, meaning making black's position stronger and also surrounding a lot of territory. So these two are freebies. The other move just doesn't touch on this. So not only does it give us those other purposes, it also does a better job of actually attacking white because without the weakness without the Aji in the upper side, white is going to find it harder to settle his group. For example, white pushes, white cannot break through the top, and so white is going to find that he has to try to break through to the side, to the middle. Okay. Okay, so white played these moves in the game, basically following along the recommendations by us. And now black's plan of surrounding white, instead of making the territory, the flaws in this plan are becoming more apparent. So for noticeably here, black has a weakness here. If you push and cut, white is going to push out, and then some kind of a jump move here, and all of a sudden, the attacker has become the attacked, and white is the one surrounding territory on the top side. So this is not something that black wants to see. So again, we see what black wants to do, attack, and we can recommend a better way to attack. And not only is a surrounding territory kind of an attack better for surrounding territory, it is also just better for attacking by itself. So it's better in every way, and that's what we're here to recommend. So good. In the game, black is attacking the three white stones in the middle, and instead of counter-attacking on the top side, white decides to save the middle three stones. So here, our recommendation for white, counter-attacking on the top, one, it's a lot of gains. It's a very severe local move. But also, secondly, very often when you play this way, you'll find that very often your opponent ends up having to scramble and defend, and then you will get sente, and then you will find that defending the middle three stones is much, much easier. So this is a way of taking the initiative of the game. The initiative, hard to understand word, but mostly it just means having sente, and then after you get sente, you can decide what to do next. Okay, in the game, both sides have committed to fighting here. Black commits to surrounding white. This move forms a knight's move with that Hane stone. note how this is very similar to this M15 move that we saw earlier, and it suffers along the same veins. So in the game, black does commit to this cut. The weakness to this way of attack is that one, just like before, you are really committing and you're not surrounding territory and you're not making yourself stronger at the same time. Here now is a very good time for white to play these moves in Sente. This netting squeeze is a very nice move. Now, white sacrifices one cutting stone and gets black into this blobbed up area. Next, white can choose to extend, maybe turn and surround a big upper side, or white can gain this in Sente and then Hane out. Here, black suffers from the same weaknesses in the surround. Black is unable to complete the surround due to black's own weaknesses in black's shape. And so this would be very, very difficult for black to continue because remember when black was on the offensive, black did not spend the moves attacking and making black stronger. Black went for the full commit and gave white a chance to not only profit first in Sente, but also after white breaks out, like this Hane, for example, black. So black has to extend or connect, and when white connects, black's own weaknesses on the right hand side is gonna bring white safety and bring black problems. Yeah, so a better way to attack along the same lines as before. So instead of this Kosumi move, a little, just one space off. This also forms the net against white, and it defends against the same squeeze by making, by capturing the M10 wedging stone. This would be much, much better for black. Noticeably, the outside Panuki is very, very strong. Just compare this to this diagram. This diagram where the outside is a blob and is cut. Another better way to attack is block here. Or play this move. In any case, we are strengthening the right-hand side group, and strengthening this group will prevent white from using this group as weakness and settling as a result. Okay, so in the game, white does Hane, and if black cuts again, this Atari and Atari happens, and it will be no good. So black decides to play the wedge, very strong. This may totally defend against the Atari because now, the ladder doesn't work for white. However, white may have some counter plays, maybe Atari and Atari. We'll see what white does. Atari is there, Atari is here. See, here noticeably white is getting a much weaker result than the blobbed up shape, and here white must be regretting not having played this earlier because now white only has 2 liberties on the inside. As a result, white probably should play here Q10. This is Sente against the 5 black stones on the side. And then after black defends, somehow white can continue to Atari, or play this squeeze and then do the Ataris. In any case, white is in a very big advantage here. I see. So in the game, white, in the crucial moment, loses Sente here, and he's going to lose also the middle 5 stones. So this is a huge loss by white. Remember, white playing here threatens to squeeze and capture the 5 black stones there. Okay, so a very crucial mistake by White in the fighting. White was totally fine. Black was the one falling apart, but right after this, Black succeeds in capturing 5 white stones. Despite this, though, overall in the game, Black does not have a clear territory lead, so the game goes on. Um, let's see how the rest of the game unfolded. In this Okay, so in this case, White cuts and Ataris. Probably White wants to just save the cut. You don't have to make the Atari. And playing this way also cuts off the black stone without having to sacrifice the 1 stone. Okay. Um, yeah, especially since black captured in the Panuki, White could have um, like this this could have happened, and it would have been much better. Okay, here so in the game, White pushed through and captured 1 black stone. There's going to be a little bit of an issue with that. Instead, White could have played this Atari and then connected, relying on this cut, and this will have some help later on. That's because Black Atari's cuts and White's corner is totally fine this way. In the game, because Black cuts here in Sente, after this cut, White will lose the 2 stones on the side. Well, there's a little bit of a problem. Let's see how the fighting goes. Here, before we play this turn, make sure you play this Atari because the white stone is not doing anything. This is a very good, easy Atari to play. This is a great move by white. Okay, so white is holding on. Seems good. I was worried for white's corner, but seems like white had it all planned out. Great, great stuff. Okay, so here black peeps and cuts the middle. Right now, after capturing the 5 stones in the middle of the board, black has a lot of thickness advantage, and so here, one of the things we can that can help us is that we want to remember once you have thickness, which is here on the right hand side, and with this panuki and wall on the bottom, you have a lot of thickness, and with thickness, you don't want to keep developing it. Instead, you want to play somewhere that's you're leveraging your thickness for other good activities. This attach is a good one. You can save your 1 stone, and you can also attack the top side white group. Once you do this, it's almost for sure to be Sente, and even if you play this jump and choose peace instead of conflict, you are also reducing a lot of the white territory. Secondly, remember we have a lot of thickness, so we want to be developing as far away from it as possible, preferably invading somewhere. Unfortunately, white's corner is very solid in this game, Okay, so in the game, white was very alert and then plays on the bottom where the big territory is. So very good job by white here. Black tries to punish, but white, wow. Okay, so to be safe, white could have played something here, but white played here, which is another very big move. This allows black to cut, but so we'll see if white is able to take care of the bottom group. In the game, surprisingly, white totally gives it up. So as a result, we can safely say that protecting this cut was likely much, much more important than protecting this cut because that stone likely cannot be rescued. Okay, so black did gain a lot with capturing the bottom territory, and this is a big amount of territory. Surely this is game swinging. Here, the Other big spot left in the game is a topside territory, and white playing 1, 2, 3 is a very strong way to surround a huge amount of territory. In the game, white captures this. Um, Seems okay, but now surely black is gonna make the first move on the upper side. Okay, and so here the game deciding moments are being played. Um, okay, so white goes in for the capture and the cut. Black is weak, white is also weak. We'll see what happens. Okay, does white connect here? He does not. Okay, black cuts, and now black noticeably can play this move. Looks pretty strong. White might have this. Another move, another strong move is here, and then pushing and then cutting. I think, yeah, I think this was a little bit unkillable for white. So um, because black played the knight's move, remember the knight's move is very efficient, but it is a little bit weak. On the sides, it cannot be cut, but into the middle, it can be cut. So something like this, where white keeps the majority of the territory, is probably preferred. So in the game, exactly this happened. White played here. This move was what we recommended. Another move we can recommend is, um, well, no, let's just see what happens. This G12 move is crucial. If white were to survive, this move has to be played. Let's see. White pushes and then plays there. Okay. All right. So in the game, white was able to find a nice counter attack and capture these two black stones and save the top. So in hindsight, maybe this attach was the only thing that white can do, and something like this will happen. White will have 6 liberties, black will have something like 6 liberties. This is very, very complicated, but probably that's the only chance for black to save the topside group. Okay, so in the game, big success by white, and this will big success for white so far. And okay, um, it seems like white has to play this connect in order to capture. This is very difficult. So um, we don't. Okay, so let's see. Black throws in, and white plays here. Okay, for sure, white wants to play these moves, but this is also not likely to save the um, tail for white, so this ends up being an exchange. Um, Black captures the left-hand side, white captures the top. Very, very exciting game, huh? And here black jumps, white pushes and cuts. This is all very, very normal, and this is probably the last fight of the game. Looks white favored now. All right, all right, good. So after all these fighting, very, very exciting exchanges and everything, including a very nice. This is a double co, and white maintains the capture. Let's see who won. White won. Ah, good stuff. How did the bottom happen? So this co happened, and I see black. Wow. Lots of big fighting happened near the end. Um, wow. For sure, black needs to capture here, and then capture this, and then capture this middle white group. Wow, this game went very, very crazy. Um, Very, very exciting game. First of all, congrats to both players for playing such an exciting game. Um, um, Yeah, okay. Great jobs on both sides. Um, uh, Man, uh, very, very good game. Okay, so some things to take forward when we're attacking and when we are committing to the attack. Usually, we want to do this if we have the absolute strength advantage or thickness advantage. If we don't have the total strength advantage, then we will always want to play in such a way that is attacking and also making ourselves stronger at the same time. Um, in this game, perhaps if Black added a little bit of this to his game, maybe Black would have came out on top. In any case, that is the main takeaway from today from this game. Okay, very exciting game, very crazy. Sorry we can't spend any longer on it. Okay, taking a look at the second game. Again, our main focus is to identify what the players are trying to do and then suggest other ways of playing that are stronger than the game course. Okay, Joseki time. I believe the Joseki, one of the Josekis is here. And then we place this one. Um, I know this is a Joseki. I believe black place here, white jumps, black extends, and the key move is to extend here. And this way, black is able to later get both of these Ataris in Sente. So that's one Joseki I know. Okay, this is another Joseki. Looks like this will be slightly black favored. Okay. Another response to this double approach, double high approach, is to play here, extend iron pillaring to one side. Usually black will end up playing here or here to surround white, and then you can play this knight's move. You're going to end up with a very big territory. And of course, you can choose the side that you want to expand into or invade into. Both are fine. This looks very Joseki-ish to me as well. Okay, and so now the game goes into the middle game. And right away, a very game-deciding fight is happening. White does not do this due to this cut, so perhaps White has played a little bit too strong here. Hard to blame White, but maybe White has to play this, or maybe White has to give up the inside. Anyways, White extended, and this looks very, very dangerous for White. For example, Black plays these moves. Atari is Sente, cut is Sente. White pushes out, and Black is at least able to capture this corner. Okay. In the game, basically the same thing happened, and now Black has a very nice squeeze. This is a disaster for White. White is split up into three groups, with the middle group being captured and the other two not being alive. So again, that same theme is showing up. White has Black surrounded, but because Black was able to make weaknesses in White's shape, not only does Black survive, Black also captures White. Okay, so very good game by Black so far. And here, responding to this Atari, this is another great move. It is fully using the black thickness in the middle by allowing white to capture the one stone, which is right next to the thickness. Very, very well played. By the way, when we have such a good position, we often just play the move and the move that works and we're satisfied. Oftentimes, we can think of even stronger ways of playing that really maximizes. For example, here, because black has 4 liberties, white has 3. The game allows white to connect in Sente. If black plays here, white would not be able to connect anymore. So white has to first make 3 liberties first, and now black is able to, maybe black is able to, if black is still able to capture, then we'll be okay. Is black still able to capture? This is not sure, but certainly black wants to think about this way of playing. Okay, suppose this worked, then black would have captured more stones than before. But I do see that white has a very nice wedge right here, and then Atari ends up play here, and then Atari ends up play here to break out. So okay, all right, but do think about the best course of play rather than it might just make your opponent resign on the spot. And here's the same thing. Here black is playing this ladder, and so the even stronger way to play is to Atari first, and then make this as an Atari, and then make this ladder. Now we're laddering 3 stones instead of 2 stones. And when white Ataris, when we capture, white still has to spend another move to capture the 2 black stones. Okay, but anyways, the game, even though white captures 2 stones, the top hand side cannot make 2 eyes, and it's still a huge success for black. This white group is already not alive. Remember, guys, 6 is 6 second line stones is dead, and it's because you can make at most a 3, straight 3, and that's going to be captured. And there's no eye in the corner, so this is already captured. In the game, black confirms the kill. Certainly, confirming the kill feels nice and everything. But again, just try to remember if you're trying to maximize your victory, you want to play consider the best moves, if only to have a big enough lead where you're just totally immune from the comebacks. Same thing here, capture instead of connect. Okay. All right, so in the game, white still has a little bit of hope and goes after the bottom black group. However, as we can see, this is a very far-fetched plan, and by also because black was so strong and thick on the other parts of the board, white's surrounding troops are themselves surrounding stones are themselves cut off and captured in turn. Okay. All right, more deaths. This is one of the more lopsided games. Black has played extremely strong this game. So as white, don't feel bad. Even me, I cannot detect any move that is, that is seriously flawed. So the move I saw earlier might be just this, my turn wouldn't have worked, and later on here, this press, very nice, and attach, I'm unable to see any bad moves that black made unless it is, after a huge, after building a huge lead. So don't feel bad as white. Opponent is very strong, or opponent played very strong, it doesn't matter. Okay, let's see the third game. Now these 2 players are a little bit weaker than the other 4. However, the whole, hold on. these two opponents are 2Q and 3Q, and on their profiles they said they were 5Q. All right, so we'll see if we'll see how they do. Okay. Remember, guys, when you want to do something in the game, usually you can do it in a better way. Usually the ways to improve is to make your moves accomplish the same purpose, but add more purposes to it, or make your moves accomplish your purpose even better. In my experience, usually, um, because the primary purpose of your move is already there, and you're already thinking about how to do this. It's relatively difficult to improve on how to accomplish one task better because you're already zoned in on this, right? You've already thought up many different moves and you selected your move to accomplish this primary objective. It's not very easy to improve by accomplishing your tasks better. The way to improve, then, the other way to improve, highly recommended, is adding more purposes to your move and try to maintain the amount that you're accomplishing, but then adding a little bit more. So this last game, we're going to be previously we have suggested many of these. For example, when we're attacking, do not just go for the surround and capture move. Instead, go for you're doing part of the surround, but then you are also doing surrounding territory, and you're also strengthening yourselves at the same time. So those are adding purposes to your move. That's a good way to improve. And you already have the necessary skills to do this. For example, if you tried to capture a group, you're already trying as hard as you can, right? But if we say you want to surround and capture this group, but also add your own territory and improve your own safety, you're like, okay, I can, I already have the tools, I already have enough skills in Go, enough shape recognition, enough, reading and whatever. Um, these are things you can very reasonably do. And that's why this way of improving is very, very highly recommended. Just add a little bit of a purpose, a little bit of other purposes to your primary objective, and then you'll be good. Um, you can see a lot of this in, AI recommended moves, the quote unquote blue moves. You can see this in strong moves. You can see this um, it's a great way to add to your game. All right. So this white move is a good example of this. Here, white has a little bit more space than the black group, but white has only 3 stones. Black has 5, maybe 4. In any case, black is a bit more solid than white. So here, white decides to stop the attack and start the playing on the right hand side. But rather than just protecting, um, another great move would be this attach. Playing out a Joseki here would not only strengthen the white group, it would also add territory to the group and take away black's corner. So that would be a good move. And the game move played by white is also a great move along the same lines. So here, if black goes for the invasions, because white has already played Q13, this shoulder hit, white is already sort of prepared for this fight. Um, and of course, secondly, it is encroaching on black's right-hand side. And also, it's close enough to black where black feels like, an answer is warranted. So a very good idea here. It is, it's probably doing half as good a job at protecting white's at strengthening white's group than some of the other moves we spoke about, but it is very, very good on these other purposes. Okay, the black plays here. Because of this, because white's upper side is a little bit weak, I expect white to keep jumping here. This is a very common shape, and again, this move is sort of from afar, protecting or looking after the top. White played this, very good. Here, black goes with the offense. Aha. Here, black peeps here. This is threatening to connect underneath. So for white to be fighting head on, this move or this extend or this hane should be played, maybe even this. For white to play here, this is white sort of acknowledging that that this trade will happen. White will connect and black will also connect. So if this is white's original purpose, then now white playing k17 and trying to capture this one stone is moving a little bit of a cross purposes to that original idea. Again, if white just Ataris from the outside, the same basic exchange is still valid. In the game, white commits to this fighting here. This is dangerous for both sides, especially for white, because white ends up in two different groups with many, many cutting points. So black's strongest counter attack is here, turn, and then you do have to make the triangle, but it is here. Because black has this hane that would capture white's white's two stones. White really, even though it looks like black has, white needs to keep black's liberties short. So this headbutt, however, it is sente, but it fixes, it allows white to fix the hane problem at N18. And now white's problems are much more manageable than before. This is a sente move. It's threatening to push and Atari. This is a great move. It is more efficient than this jump and this move. So well played by white. Well played by white. Another move to consider is here, but then black has a very nice jump here. This is where white wants to encroach into the corner. Okay. This move is very AI-esque, so commendations for it. Okay, black harness and then place here. If you are gonna play this move, you're gonna have to play it right away. This hane is gonna lose a lot of corner value. So as all is when all is said and done, this is severely beneficial for white. These are double empty triangles, and it is bad. Okay, here black plays the middle. White probably this block is very big. Moving out here and continuing the fight is also fine. Okay. All right. Another, black is unable to complete the surround, and this is bad. Okay, big success from white fighting here. It was very AI-esque the way white played. So congratulations on fighting well. Some good moves like this one. If this turns out to be the AI move, this is a good example of doing the primary purpose, which is adding to white's weak group on the top, protecting it. Secondly, it is doing it in sente, threatening to push and cut and capture the three stones. And thirdly, it is threatening black's corner a little bit because this is a direct peep. So this is the exact thing that we're talking about. Okay, so good job playing very strong, very AI-esque moves. Okay, let's see. All right. Again, this game, much like the last game, very strongly played on white's end here. Don't be surprised if those moves are, AI's blue moves. And the game ended here when white captured another group on the bottom. Don't be surprised if these moves are, you know, highly AI approved. It's because they accomplish, you know, uh, they accomplish many different purposes, and these moves do them all very well. Okay, so all right, so this game ended again just like the last game. The last game was here. This was black playing very strong. This game was white. Well, this game was white playing very strong. I did not see anything that white could have done better in this game, for example. Maybe the only thing that gave me pause was starting this fight earlier, but maybe white also has a plan for this fight. I don't know. Anyways, good job playing very strong. I'm sure these are highly rated by in terms of the AI ratings. If you want to play stronger, if you want to play more like the AI or more like any other professional player, one way to improve is to get better at what your primary purpose is. However, that is hard to improve because we're already trying as hard as we can, right? Um, we're already trying as hard as we can to accomplish our primary purpose. Another way to play stronger is to do the same primary purpose, but add these other elements to your move. Add a secondary purpose, add a tertiary purpose. So a very good example is this peep by white. By adding these purposes, you can achieve much greater results, but you don't have to be actually any stronger at Go to do it, because say you already know how to do one thing at 80%, right? No one's perfect. But if you add two or three other things and you do like 50% on them, it's very hard to top, that overall combined multi-purpose move. So a great way to improve our game is to add these other purposes. And frequently, when you study, when you review your games with AI or with something else, this is also a great tool, a great thought process to have. Just consider what these purposes are. Consider what consider what your primary purpose is. Consider some secondary and tertiary purpose. And once you have some of these, once you can say, this move is doing A for me, a little bit of B, and a tiny bit of C for me, you'll notice that your game will tighten up dramatically. You will it'll feel like you can do. It feels like you can fly, where before you can only run, right? And so very good. Black in game two and white in game three played very AI-esque. I don't see anything wrong with it. So with their moves, so these opponents can be very happy. The opponents can be take consolation in the fact, even if I were playing, I'm not sure if I could change the results. So, all right. Thank you guys for tuning in. Just remember, if you want to improve and you seem to have a hard time, everyone has a hard time improving. So if you're looking to improve, try this thought process. Do the same thing you're doing, but add these other elements to your game. So maybe you will find that um, maybe you'll find that doing one thing is not your forte, but doing multiple tasks and multitasking is going to bring your game to a whole other level of fun. All right. Thank you guys. See you guys next season.